Welcome back to another adventure with one part of the StonePack. My buddy and I have been section hiking the Appalachian Trail northbound for the past several years. This trip, we will guide you from Betty Creek Gap to the Nantahala Outdoor Center over 3 days and 2 nights. This section covers 39.5 miles. Some highlights of this section are Albert Mountain and the Fire Tower, Wayah Bald, and Wesser Bald with Fire Tower. As we start our journey, we soak in the lush beauty of this part of the trail with lots of mountain laurels, wild ginger, and other evergreen vegetation. Like most of the AT so far, we came across many long-range mountain views as we traversed the ridges of the Appalachian mountain chain. As we start our trek up Albert Mountain, the rain started to pick up, which we came prepared for, but some parts of the trail were definitely sketch and borderline dangerous due to the rain. After hiking 2.5 miles and climbing a little over 1,200 feet in elevation, we made it to the top of Mount Albert, sitting at 5,230 feet above sea level. But that was not high enough for us, so we climbed another 55 feet up to the top of the Fire Tower. I can only imagine how spectacular the views would be on a clear day. As we head down Albert Mountain, we pass Big Spring Shelter and Rock Gap Shelter with many beautiful long-range views along the way. We continue on to Wallace Gap, and another 3 miles we hit Winding Stair Gap and Moore Creek. Moore Creek is this cute little creek with waterfall and a tiny little bridge for crossing. From here, we start to head up the mountain another 1.1 miles to Swinging Lick Gap, where we break for camp for the night. It ends up raining on us all night, but luckily we stayed dry. The next morning, we set our sights on Wayah Bald, a 9-mile trek to start our day. As we continue to climb in elevation, you see a unique change in the vegetation, adding to the beauty of this hike. About 22 miles into our trip, we finally arrived at Wayah Bald, and it did not disappoint. A perfect place to eat lunch and take in the views. After Wayah Bald, we made it another 5.5 miles to Cold Spring Shelter, where we set camp for the night. The next morning, we had a relatively light day planned with just over 11.5 miles to Nantahala Outdoor Center. But as we walked the ridges at high elevation, there was no shortage of views on this last leg of our trip. After about 5 miles, we made it to Wesser Bald, and we could not help ourselves but to climb to the tippity top of the Fire Tower. With clear blue skies and a 360 view at about 4,600 feet of elevation, it was absolutely breathtaking from the top. After Wesser Bald, we started our descent towards the Nantahala River and the NOC. NOC is a really neat place with a restaurant, convenience store, some backpacking supplies, and much more. Best part is, it's in the middle of nowhere. After crossing over the Nantahala River and the train tracks, you head straight back up. But we will save that trip for another day. Hope you enjoyed this video. Like and subscribe to see more of our hiking adventures. Until next time.